So I'm not fixing to be on here forever. I was really just in my sanctuary, just chilling. And earlier today, I was in a meeting, and the meeting that I was in, I kept hearing, in order to deal with politicians or in order to get certain favor, you have to, know how to finesse things. You gotta, get the certain person to talk to certain people because of, the religious politics, the church intermingling with state. A lot of that is going on in Louisiana, which is the reason why, I've chosen to be one of the reasons why I've chosen to be based in New York for another 2 years. I show up for as many meetings as I possibly can. Financially, I'm not able to travel as much as I would like, but I'm definitely gonna be down there again next month. But I make multiple trips there out of the year, and it's just because I feel like there's not enough work being done to cultivate the type of leadership and the kind of guidance that has grace. We live in a corrupt system. A system that was rooted in corruption, a system that was found in corruption. Yet, this system does not have grace now, and it's like if y'all could have just been as hard on yourselves as you if government, if the law could be as hard, could go back in time and be as hard on the founding fathers as it is on a lot of people. It's interesting that the more people that have deep melanin, the more people that are black, it's interesting that as more of them, began to access high level political spaces, that all of a sudden y'all really starting to crack down. Like it seemed like the grace ran out, the grace is phasing out as public offices, as government offices start to get more melanin, as they start to get blacker, as politicians start to get blacker, and as politicians start to have more melanin, all of a sudden now y'all wanna follow the law to the letter, and y'all wanna crack down on the law. Y'all wanna really, really hold people accountable. And I just find that extremely convenient that you had all of this grace, when y'all were, you know, um, seizing people's lands, when you were capturing, people and putting them in bondage. And even now, because I'm sure it's still, um, I was listening to a wrap up today talking about how Wendy's and McDonald's is buying prison workers. I don't know how true it is, but I wouldn't be surprised. And so it just seemed like to me we got bigger fish to fry. Um I saw, the news report today that Tyron Trung has been accused of some type of drug offenses and soliciting prostitutes. And I don't know if it's true. I don't know how true it is. And I'm not fixing to talk about it until I know, I don't have an opinion on it until I know, hey, 100% pure love. I don't really have an opinion, but I just find it interesting that y'all was gung ho to elect him, and not saying that y'all shouldn't have, because I'm happy that, I was happy that Bogalusa took a chance and gave, the young man an opportunity. But at the end of the day, when y'all elected him to office, he was like 23 years old. He's been in office about 2 years. Y'all elected him to office about 2 years ago. He's 25 now. His brain ain't even finished developing yet. And it's like, if y'all gonna give people positions like that, y'all should do a better job of covering them. Like, y'all should do a better job. Like, why is this in the media? Why are y'all doing this to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, it was, to me, it just reads setup. It just gives setup. It gives setup, and you can't blame a young a young person, who's intelligent, who's driven, for reaching for the sky. But if y'all are gonna put somebody in a position like that, like, where are the people that was supposed to be covering him? Where are the people that was supposed to be protecting him? Because it seemed like, the people that was in his cabinet, the people that was around him, they was flaky. And I ain't gonna lie, like, when he first got elected, I wanted to move back home because I saw hope in Bogalusa. And I was like, I wish I could have been on his council. I wish I could have been on his board. I wish I could have been an advisor. Like, I feel like, if they're gonna be letting young people in politics, it's time to have people around you that legit know the streets, done lived through it, know and got a conscience. Not just familiar with the streets, because a lot of us are familiar with the streets, but we don't have no conscience. It's literally the blind leading the blind. You don't have no conscience. You don't care about nothing but money and opportunities. And so you might ain't never got caught yet. The bill ain't never came due for you yet. But that don't mean eventually that the bill will not come due. And it just hurts my heart that you know he don't have the type of people around him that was able to protect him from having this happen to him. Cause now they done besmudged this man name. They done besmudged this young man name. And like I was, talking earlier in this group that I was in, like, we gotta do something about the politics in Louisiana, like them business as usual politics, that old, white is right, white Christians, coming together and be doing the most hypocritical things, be doing the most untrustworthy, cutthroat stuff, but they could stand behind organized religion and organized crime and get away with so much because it's the system was built for them. The system was built to cover them. And people that the system was not designed to protect want to keep on getting in the system and want to be ambitious and want to keep going for those ranks and those levels. And we just don't understand that the more you have to conform, the more you have to change yourself in order to fit into this system, the more vulnerable you are when it's time to throw somebody under the bus. Because no matter how you try to fit in, you always gonna be the eyeball. No matter you'll work for now. We're gonna let you make it for now. But when it's time to throw someone under the bus, you will typically be the first one to get chunked under that. Cause this system was not designed to cover you. It was not designed to protect you. But we'll let you play make believe. Oh, we'll let you pretend. Come on, perform. Dance. Dance, monkey. Dance, Sambo. I's getting to it, boss. I's getting to it, sir. Show us how well you could perform. Excuse me. Show us how well you could perform. But when the shit hit the fan, you are the one that's going to be expendable. And that is why we have to stop trying to play the game as it is. We have to be more intentional about changing how the system is set up. And the first thing that we need to do is have a national conversation about how a lot of our policymakers, a lot of our elected officials are Christian. In God we trust is on the money. We have to have a conversation about how that impacts our politics. We have to have a conversation about how all this all of this, the Greek society, the Masonic society, the Illuminati, the Brotherhood, the patriarchy, and the church, how all that's literally different facets of the same thing. Because we are literally pulling the cart before the horse, and we're never going to get anywhere. This is a hamster wheel. If you are not trying to confront, if you're not trying to confront that, if y'all not trying to have a conversation about that, all y'all doing is bumping y'all gums. If y'all are not prepared to have this conversation, all y'all doing is bumping y'all gums. Y'all just talking. If y'all are not ready to confront how religion impacts politics, if you are not ready to have a conversation about just how much religion is intertwined into the politics and how people show up a specific religion, if y'all are not willing to have that conversation, y'all are not really trying to do any advocacy. Y'all are not really trying to change. Y'all are really not trying to shift anything. Y'all are just trying to put a pacifier on something. Y'all trying to put a band-aid on something. Y'all doing some makeshift shit at best. Until we could talk about how religion shapes the law, how we even look at, like when we look at mental illness, when we look at what we consider to be immoral or what we consider to be debaucherous, it's because we're looking at it through a westernized lens. There's no grace for people who may have went through some type of childhood trauma. There's no grace for people who may have been through adult trauma. There's no grace for people whose brain hasn't finished developing. The law does not make allowances for any of that. All it wants from you is jail time, your labor, you become a number. There's no system in place. There is no type of programs, no type of infrastructure in place to say, hey, life was lifing. Life was lifing. We don't know what you got going on. We don't know if you lost your mama. We don't know if you lost your whole family. We don't know if you've been through a divorce. We don't know what's going on in your life. We don't know what's going on at home. We don't have to have any grace for you because that's not how the law is written. And the way our law is written and the way our law is interpreted, you can, if you look a certain way, and the law was written to protect you, then lawyers can find grace for you. But lawyers can't never seem to find grace for minorities who look like Negroes. Unless those minorities have a lot of money. And 9 times out of 10, if you're a minority with a lot of money, or if you're a Negro with a lot of money, you are a part of the problem. You've been participating in the system. And so that you're going to get a little grace in the beginning, but eventually that grace going to run out for you too. Because how many of your own have you had to betray? How many of your own have you had to backstab? But that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video. But until we can have a conversation about how we interpret the law, how we interpret immoral conduct, how who made these rules? When are we gonna dissect that? When are we gonna dive into how religion impacts politics and how the politics that are impacted by the religion shape the law? That's why every politician you elect, 9 times out of 10, they gotta be round here pledging their loyalty to the brotherhood, talking about Christianity. And a lot of these Christians, we already know they be doing the most salacious, most debaucherous things, but the game is don't get caught. So when are we gonna start nurturing and cultivating a society where people can be human? Because to me, all of the suppression and all of the denial and the lies, that's what's creating the extreme perversion. When you suppress a desire, when you continue to suppress that desire, it goes from becoming a desire to a perversion. You may have started out lusting after 19, 20-year-old girls, but you done suppressed the urge for so long. Now you trying to figure out how you could mess with a young girl and not get caught. So now you're messing with cheering because you feel like you could manipulate them. See how the desire to be with someone young became a perversion because it was not addressed. We have to create a space safe enough for people to talk about what's going on in their mind. Some of us, we just want to puff a little weed. We just want to take a puff off of some weed. But guess what? Weed stay in your system for 30 days. Guess how long cocaine stay in your system? Guess how long crack stay in your system? 3 days. So if I want to get high, then guess what? I probably might hit that crack. I might do a little bump of coke. I could do that on the weekend while I'm off work. Get a little high, not the high I really wanted, but I could get high. Next thing you know, you doing crackhead shit. But you really just wanted to smoke a joint. But the coke get out your system quicker. Some people become an alcoholic because alcohol is legal. Really just wanted a joint. So we really have to start having a conversation about how we are developing these morals and these principles and these ideas. Hey, Aaron, we really need to have a conversation. And that is why this work that I do with Laylim Layler, this is why I'm relentless in this conversation. This is why I continue to talk the way that I talk, because at some point, my people gotta be ready we gotta stop dancing around. We gotta stop dancing around the problem. We gotta stop acting like we don't see this big ass, gigantic ass, pink ass elephant in this room. Y'all be sounding so intelligent. Y'all got so many strategies. Y'all got so many policies written up. But at the end of the day, the person that is being put in place don't care about your policies, don't care about your strategy. They want to know if you kissing that ring, if you with the brotherhood, if you with Father God, King Jesus. Because we'll let you slide. Just do that. Keep that under wraps. We already know how they rocking. Not too long ago, buku Catholics was getting in trouble for what? Doing what the children? Doing what the little boys? Sex trafficking, everything going on in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name. Because all of them go to church on Sunday. Donald Trump, all of them go to church on Sunday and then be on the island somewhere doing who knows what with cheering. Then they get in front of the camera and they say a few Hail Marys and they seen taking a picture, shaking hands with the Pope, and y'all good. Go to Sunday Mass. shake hands with a deacon, a bishop, a pope, and y'all good. And Denise is so sad. A lot of them don't. Like the government have done such a good job of like I sit here and I watch. This is why I did not participate in the election this year because I am tired of giving my energy to a process that is there's a clear flaw. There's a clear flaw. You cannot tell me that religion does is not the greatest crux in the election because when have we ever heard Kamala talk about church until she ran for office? Now, all of a sudden, Kamala popping up in churches around the country when she ran for office. But we never heard her once talk about her religious beliefs, didn't know what they was, but then all of a sudden you popping up in black churches around the country. All of a sudden y'all go on tour to churches around the country. And I'm gonna be honest with you. America, there's a law separating church from state. We should not have as many politicians. If this is true, if church and state does not matter, the majority of politicians should not have to be Christian. The majority of politicians should not have to believe in a patriarchal deity. Let me be even more clear for the Muslims, for the Jews, because I don't want to make it look like I'm just picking on Christians. The majority of politicians, in order to really reflect our country, in order to really reflect our government, they should not be Christians. That should be against the law. It should be against the law for predominantly most of our politicians to practice the same religion. It should be against the law. Tired of pouring into a cup with a hole in it. Exactly. 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 And that's why I'm so focused now on pouring into myself, pouring into my practices. And I really legit, like lately I've seen this for myself. I really legit now, baby, I accept I'm in a bubble. Baby, I don't try to worry about what's going on way over here. All I could do is pray because I'm not oblivious. I'm old enough to know that a lot is going on. I'm old enough to know that when I'm having a good day, somebody somewhere else is suffering. And I do care about what's going on with other people, but I can't make other people's plight my plight. Now, if it's in front of me, if I see it happening, then I'm not finna stand idly by and say nothing. If I witness it, if it comes into my space, then I have to address it. But me trying to be worried about what's going on everywhere around the world when I'm not there physically and I don't know all the parts that's going on, No, I need to work on what's going on in my space and try to make sure I'm creating a safe space and try to make sure I'm cultivating a safe space for those people who come into my sphere or who come into my circle, who come into my space. Make sure that I'm protecting my energy and girding myself so that when I am out and about, and when I am maneuvering through society, I am not adding to trauma. I am not adding to harm. I am not drawing that type of energy or that type of negativity towards me. It's not me not caring, it's me caring so much that I realize a lot of people out here want to be Captain Planet and want to be Captain Save a Hoe and want to try to advocate and represent for other people when really, honestly, and truly, the greatest thing you could contribute to society is working on you being less bigoted, working on you being less transphobic, working on you being less homophobic, working on you being less racist, working on you being less elitist, working on you being less classist, working on you being less misogynist. If you take the day to work on your damn self, if all of us took every day to work on that within ourselves, the whole world could change. But they got a lot of people out here who think. I was looking at this video today, and I'm gonna close with this because, like I said, I wasn't gonna talk forever. The girl was the girl was prostituting. The girl was doing sex work. Pretty girl doing sex work. Oh yeah, I do want to touch on I want to touch on really fast the trans girl who had to unalive somebody. But but before I get on that, this girl was doing sex work. The dude following her with a camera, asking her, trying to holler at her, and she's telling him, "I want some money. I don't want to be friends. I don't want to be winding down. I don't want to go out. I just want some money. If you ain't got no money, I won't talk." Like literally, she was straight up. You couldn't do nothing but respect it. If you ain't got no money, I won't talk. People in the comment section, she for the streets. But he saw, like literally, she said what it was, and the way that she was dressed and the way that she looked, not trying to say that every girl that dresses like this is doing it, but you just knew she was about her business. Like it looked like it was giving, like, you know what I'm saying? She had them cheeks out, she had them nails long, she had that face fully beat, she had her stomach out. Looked like she was working. Mama looked like she was on a mission. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm never judge. Because sometimes I have on my little outfit. And baby, if the right person say the right thing, what's popping? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? If I'm single, I'm grown. But you trying to help out, you trying to support. What's up? What's up? So it's definitely not a judgment. But when you hollered at her, you already knew at the very least she was sexually liberated. You knew that she wasn't gonna be nobody that was gonna be barefoot and pregnant, fully covered, going to church on Sunday, singing hymns, and you knew the vibes. Like you already knew what time it was, and you were still in her face. She looked as sexually liberated. She looked as confident in herself, and so you constantly trying to holler, and so dudes in the comment section talking about leave her alone, bro. Why you acting thirsty? She for the streets. Well, clearly this nigga for the streets too. Because if he trying to holler at her and she look like she on a mission, and you steady trying to holler, that says to me that every time you see a woman that's dressed provocatively in your mind, and you think she cute, you at her. So nigga, you for the streets too. You wasn't trying to holler at no wholesome looking woman. You wasn't on no, I'm looking for wifey vibes. That wasn't the type of time you was on. You saw some ass jiggling because it was jiggling. She was giving hot girl and you wanted a piece. And you was gonna try to take her out to dinner and run some game on her to get that coochie, but she said she wanted them coins up front. And then y'all try to demonize her and try to make it look like she's the bad guy. But at the end of the day, the main person that she's doing harm to, if any harm is happening, is herself. But a lot of y'all be around here, y'all be puppets for these corporations and for these conglomerate entities and for big business. And you are part of something shady. You are part of Ponzi schemes. You are part of the food that the FDA don't that the FDA won't even approve in other countries. You are part of the oppressive, you are a cog in the oppressive machine that's keeping its foot on our neck. And so then when you see somebody who independent, somebody who freelance, somebody who's using their goddess giving, the only thing that we truly have autonomy over and sovereignty when we come into this dimension is our body, and somebody trying to profit off of what's actually theirs, y'all want to demonize them. Y'all want to demonize them, but a lot of y'all out here cogs in the machine that's keeping us baby. It's a reason why people be out here selling their own art, and y'all call them bums. You know, sex workers and people who try to survive off of their own talents and their own gifts. Y'all put them down, but all of y'all cogs in the machine. And then when the machine decide that it want to play a dirty trick on black people, or decide it want to play a dirty trick on minorities, all of y'all clutching y'all pearls and y'all looking shocked and surprised. Why? You had no clue? You didn't know that's how the game went? And so they try to demonize you for being autonomous, for acting as sovereign. Now, now I want to speak really briefly about the trans girl who they said had to unalive somebody. So I don't know the whole story. I've seen a couple of posts. You know, a lot of stuff like this does not come on my algorithm. But a couple of people have sent me things in groups that I'm in, and that's how I was aware of it. Um, I really think it needs to be taken into account that for years we've watched trans women be murdered by dudes. Like, that spell has been cast. That's why I had to move away from talking about it. That's why I don't, every time a girl die, every time a girl get killed, I don't talk about it. It's a reason why, because I know me. I don't need to be programming myself with that, because I'll be like the rest of these girls. A lot of these girls around here is got a hair trigger at this point. And in their mind, it's you or me. And I'm not going to say that's not me. I try not to resort to firearms. I try not to put myself in that situation. But what I will say is this: I'm going to defend myself. So, you know, we have to understand that a lot of girls around here, got a hair trigger because they've been watching this play out for years. They've been watching this narrative play out for years of the girls getting got, the girls ending up dead, the girls ain't gonna make it to past age 35. The trades is killing the girl. They've been downloading, they've been receiving these downloads day after day, year after year, ever since we got our visibility. And some of these girls is like dynamite. All it takes is one thing to light that. And you honestly, like, there has to be some type of compassion and some type of empathy for us. Girls just trying to mind their business. Girls just trying to get through the day. Girls trying to be fab and mind their business. And a lot of y'all halflings, y'all just don't know how to take it because y'all feel like we just supposed to, like, how could we have this long a season? How are people taking us seriously? How dare you feel like you have the right to be seen, to be noticed, to demand respect, to demand attention, to take up space? How dare you feel like you're entitled to that? And a lot of you halflings is pressed behind that. But the one thing that I'ma say is, baby sister, don't feel too bad about it, baby. Because one thing, baby, they gonna treat you. I ain't trying to wish on if you gotta go to jail. You know one thing, they gonna respect you in there. And they gonna treat you like a queen in there. And it's sad that you gotta deal with that. But yeah, we have to have capacity. We have to understand the narrative. And I need my brothers to understand this. I need the trade to understand this. I need the boys to understand this. I need the boys to understand that all the little punk jokes, the little sissy jokes, all the little tranny jokes, all of that stuff, and trying to be aggressive and trying to do all that bullying and stuff. Baby, it's done been a little bit too much said. It's done been a little bit too much done. It's done been a little bit too many lives lost for you to still be thinking you're gonna be able to play like that and it's not gonna be no consequences and repercussions, especially if you try to get physical. I hope you don't think in your mind, because you done bought into this patriarchy and the man is king and the man is on top stuff, that shit gonna always go your way. When you run up in a girl face doing the fucking most, I hope that you prepare for the black dresses and the pans of macaroni and the fried chicken. I hope just like our family have to be prepared for it with us because of the life that we embrace, because we choose to live in our truth. They have to have the macaroni and the black dresses on standby. I hope you know that we've moved into a season where you need to have your people on notice with the macaroni pans and the motherfucking black dresses and the black suits. Cause we ain't the only ones that parents gotta worry. If my mama gotta worry, if my daddy gotta worry, if my family gotta worry, your family gotta worry too. So it gone are the days. Don't let this Trump administration get y'all bucked up. Exactly 100% pure love. We will not have to wait for the holidays for that macaroni and fried chicken. And that's all it is. And that's all it is. Like, we not in those times no more. When we first got visible, when it was first the tipping point, people was taking it, people was dealing with it. But now the fear is there. Like, we already got to deal with society alienating us, and we already got to deal with policies and lawmakers and religions coming after us. I mean, how much you think a person gonna take before they snap? How much do you think a human being can take? So I finished setting up today. I want y'all to see the little area that I set up over here. Oh, it's coming together so nice, huh? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Yes, I finally started getting it together, baby. I've been working in my space all day today. I got this is some of my art that was already here. My art that was already here in New York. This is not the art that's in Atlanta, but this is the art that's here. So yeah, we did a little something today. We did a little something today. I was busy all day. I was working. I was, getting the temple ready. Oh, Mickey passed. Mickey passed. He died in front of the altar the next morning. And when Mickey passed, the landlord sent the person to come in here, and we did a little burial for them. And the landlord came. Yeah, I did a water burial. I flushed them, and the landlord came and put like little concrete over all of the holes, so no new Mickeys will be visiting. But yeah, I've been here getting the temple ready, getting the sanctuary ready. But yeah, I'm gonna do a candle now. Let me light a candle, for all of this foolishness that's been going on, y'all. And this piece just feels so prophetic for me, because I made this piece years ago. This is the mermaid right here holding the earth. And they say the sea creatures is coming back. And so, like, it's having to do with the world and having to do with the water and the beings from under the water. And so, like, that piece just feels really, really, really prophetic for me right now. Like, the mermaid with holding the earth. Like, that just feels really, really prophetic for me right now. When I pulled that piece out today, I ain't gonna lie, child. It had did something to my spirit, baby. It had did something to my spirit, baby. So we're lighting the candle to honor the ancestors of the past, the present, and the future. As we blow out this candle on a physical plane, it grows with intensity, preparing us for times that are now. This candle is lit in the name of all of the ancestors who have come, the ancestors who are here, and the ancestors who are coming. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for what you bring to this world. And we pray that we could align to create a shift that can free us from the bondage that is being impacted by this lopsided ass religion and this lopsided ass politics. Um, Thank you. Okay. Oh. So I'm getting ready to fix me something to eat so I can get ready for bed. Come on, behind me. Come on, all the war behind me. But anyway, down but now that I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning. Ian Gani, Yanko Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God Goddess. And if I am, you know, you are bound in round both circle and squares. We too speak life, so operations beware, sending healing to those in despair. El Babosawa, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. Laylim Layler. Thank you for the purple and gray hearts and coming through here and swinging that monkey wrench. And thank you, Aaron, for stopping in. I don't know if you still here. And thank you, Denise. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. And tomorrow, I think I'm probably gonna do a full sit down video, but I just wanted to vent a little bit, you know, so that would be having my mind racing later on. Just I wanted to like begin the topic. I think I'll be ready to do a more sit down topic tomorrow and take a little bit more time to just like discuss and unpack. Especially now since I feel a little bit more comfortable and I feel like everything that's in my space, you know, for right now, I feel like my space is where it needs to be. There are some things that I want to add, but for right now, I'm good. I'm comfortable. So, all right, y'all have a good night. Yes, TS Bubbles. Down in my bubble, in my cocoon. Down. Love y'all later. Talk to you soon. Good night.